Hey, what is up, Bridge the Blue family? So excited that you're here. Thank you so much. The support and the rate of growth at which our community is growing has been overwhelming, to say the least. And it really does say a lot about your commitment to bridging the gap between law enforcement and communities. We will remain silent no more. And so really quick, I just wanted to address a few things. Wanted to talk about our mission, our vision, and then also talk about some housekeeping stuff as we continue on with the growth that we're seeing in this community. Things can get out of hand really, really easily, and we don't want that to happen. We want this to be a place where we stand united. And over the last couple of days, I've actually seen some things that are a little bit more divisive. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So let's just talk a little bit about our mission to defend truth, be vocal, and stand united. So I want to break this down really quick as to how it pertains even to this community and Bridge the Blue as an organization, as a nonprofit, what we really stand for and what we do. So, and I do have notes written down. Don't have a really great memory. Either that or things just kind of fall out. So let's talk about defending truth for a second. As we defend truth, we really need to think critically, okay? We need to defend objective truth. And so, over the past several days, there's been a lot of news articles that have been shared in the group, which we think is great. I think that's a great thing. Now, some people don't like the more negative stuff. Some people want to see the more positive, and some people want to see just the reality of what's going on and what our LEO community is facing right now in this very moment in June of 2020. So what I want to make sure of, the only thing that we want to make sure of when it comes to any of the sources or the news articles that's being shared in the community, we just want to make sure that you are posting sources and posting things that is not fake news, okay? We want to stand on truth. We don't want to stand for emotionalism. We really want to stand on objective truth. And yes, there's a lot of negativity that's being shared, but that's because our LEOs are facing a lot of negative feedback right now. They're facing more than any other time in our nation's history. They are facing more today than they faced even 2 years ago or 4 years ago. And what's so important about 2 years ago and 4 years ago? Election years. If you were to look at up the times that law enforcement has the most hardships, it's every 2 years, because it's an election year. So we can't avoid some of the negative stuff that gets shared, because sometimes people need to be like, they need to wake up, right? They need to wake up to what's really going on and wake up to reality. But we want to encourage you, we can't just share the stuff that our LEOs are facing today. We also need to share all of the positive, and we are seeing some of that too. But the main thing I just want to make sure that we touch on is, let's make sure we're citing our sources, okay? We want to, and when I say cite our sources, think critically. If you read an article and it gets you riled up, look for the sources on that article and make sure it's legit first, so that we're sharing truth and not just sharing opinion. The other part of this is to be vocal. We want you to stand up. We want you to rise up. We want you to be vocal. We want you to be passionate in your defense of our heroes in blue. But we want you to be respectful. Okay? We need to be vocal, but we need to be respectful. If you see anyone that's being disrespectful in the comments, or you see a post, something that's posted that you just believe is disrespectful, report it to the admins. I myself am an admin. Leigh, Ellis, you've probably seen me in the group. Troy Skeen, our founder, he's an admin. And so report that to the admins, and what we'll do is we'll take a look and see, is it actually disrespectful? So I've had to remove a couple of people from the group because of some bullying that was going on. And guys, at this point in history, if we're going to be on the right side of history, we've got to stand united. We have to be respectful. We can't be divisive. We need to stand united. Another thing, use family-friendly language. Okay? Use family-friendly language. We want to be different than all of the other groups out there. And it's not to say that we don't believe in what the other groups out there are doing, but with Bridge the Blue, again, we want to stand united. That's people of all background, race, color, creed, religion, and age. So we want to be very respectful of everyone's views, and we just need to really watch the language that we use in the group. Let's talk about stand united for a second. Again, don't use divisive language. We touched on that. We can't be combative in this group. Guys, we can't be combative in this group. We can't cannibalize each other. We got to be better than that. Guys, we've got to be better than that. So if you see that going on, I implore with you, as an organization, Bridge the Blue, we implore with you to report that person so that we can investigate. We cannot cannibalize one another. We have to be better than that. We want to stand up and lead. Hey, we want to stand up and lead above reproach. Right? We want to be better than the other side. Right? We want to, as we stand united and we stand in the gap for those that stand in the gap for us each and every day to keep us safe. Right? We need to lead above reproach. And so I want to encourage you to do that. Also, don't be led by your emotions. And this is going to be a challenge for so many of us, but we can't be led by our emotions. We need to lead our emotions. We cannot be intellectually lazy, right? We're seeing enough of that on the other side. We're seeing enough of that on the ones that don't support our LEOs. They're being intellectually lazy, right? We don't want to do that, right? We don't want to be led by our emotions. We want to lead our emotions. So that pretty much wraps up a lot of the housekeeping stuff. Now, really quick, volunteer. Okay, we are actually going to have a meeting for those of you that want to volunteer with Bridge the Blue and to help with some of the stuff that's going to be going on over the coming weeks. If you want to be part of that, there's going to be two groups of volunteers. There's going to be those of you that can actually be here physically on location to meet in person with us because you're here local in the Houston area. We're actually located in Spring. And then there are those of you that may not be able to be here physically, but we've got a way for you to join in, and that's going to be virtually through Zoom. And so if you would like to volunteer, that's going to be Monday afternoon at, make sure I got the time right, I hate to get the time wrong, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, we are going to be having a meeting, and that's, again, Central Standard Time. We are in Texas, Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Anyone that wants to volunteer, if you can make it and be here, great. If not, totally cool. We got you covered. We got your six. You can tune in virtually. Okay. So if you would like to volunteer, here's what you're going to want to do. Send an email to volunteer@bridgetheblue.com. Again, that's volunteer@bridgetheblue.com. So that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys are fired up. I hope that the vision that we have, which is to make America safe again, I hope that you're captured by that. We really do. And we're excited to see what God is going to be doing to make America safe again as we bridge the blue. And remember, we can be silent no more. Love you guys. God bless.